Hello and good evening, wonderful viewers, wherever you are. Welcome back to your favorite sports program called Atlantic Sport 360 Live with me, myself, Big Sam. Well, as usual, we are located in the little smiling coast of Africa, the Gambia, and on the western region side of Gambia, where our studio is located in Farato. I'm Big Sam. Welcome to Sport 360 Live. It comes on your air every Sunday from the hour 8 to 9 o'clock. And I know you always love this. But meanwhile, we still want to appeal to you out there, especially business community. You want to advertise on this program, you are most welcome. It's open for you. Just come here and then we'll definitely do what you want. Well, today, I have my guest today. It's not a guest on this program. I think once or twice or so he's been here, and this is no other than my own little brother called Sarjo Danso Sowe. People's favorite Sarjo. Danso, welcome to today's program, Sports 360 Live.
Thank you, Big Sam, and then I say a wonderful warm welcome to each and everyone watching us out there. I think it's a pleasure to come back to where I always be, so I think it's going to be a very interesting day ahead.
Well, thank you so much. That is Sarjo Danso Sowe. Well, before we go, Sarjo, we are going to talk about what we call the West Coast Third Division qualifiers. Meanwhile, there are a lot of actions during the last season, and probably all the finals were held subsequently, notwithstanding the West Coast region. Sarjo Danso, so we'll go back to him. Tell us what's your portfolio when it comes to the West Coast Regional Sports Association, or you call it FA?
Well, just to cut it short, I am the third vice president of the West Coast Region Football Association. That is in the Bakari Bojan-led executives, and then we came into office. This is our first term, so I think I am lucky to be part of the people who are the executive members of the WCRFA.
Well, thank you so very much, Sarjo Danso Sowe there for you. Sarjo, we'll talk about a couple of stops, but today the focus is on the third division qualifiers. Well, last year there were very, very heated ones that most definitely happened in West Coast across the Gambia. Can you take us through to the last year part, because I don't want the second season to open without me discussing, because it's a very, very interesting one. Take us through to the last year third division qualifiers to the finals.
Well, the third division qualifiers was very, very interesting. I think it was among the most competitive qualifiers during our tenure. I think 42 teams came to register in for the third division qualifiers, because we were having two spots. That is, from the previous season, 2 teams were relegated, and then we needed 2 more to fill the void that is there. So we have 42 teams that registered for the qualification, and these 42 teams, each of them paid a 10,000 with a 200 of buying the form. After filling the form, you go and pay a $10,000. Among these 42 teams, only 2 were lucky to qualify in the third division proper, which are Sukuta United from Sukuta, that is not Sukuta United, but Jamorai, but the team is from Sukuta, and then the name of the team is Jamorai Football Club, and then one Brigama based club, that is Sedis Football Club, also qualified. So these are the 2 teams that make it to the third division proper, and then as they came in, they were paired into 2 groups, that is the 24 teams within the West Coast Region WCRFA third division male teams. They were shared into 2 groups of 12, meaning 24 teams are shared into 2. And then among these 2 groups, Sibano United topped Group A, while Group B was led by Misira United. And then each group, 2 teams will have to qualify into the semi-finals, as we call it, but it is normally called playoffs, but we fondly call it semi-finals. So these 4 teams, that is in one of the groups, Sibanor and Balosar qualified. They came into the playoffs, while in the other group, Misira qualified with Sohna. So when they came, they played in the semi-finals. It was Misira that played against Balosar. Balosar defeated Misira, and then while Sibanor also defeated Sohna. So they went into the final. Balosar also defeated Sibano in a very dramatic game. I think it was one of the best games of the season, where Balosar have to come from a 2-goal down, that is in the second half. They have to equalize 2-2 minutes to go. They led Sibano by 3-2 around in the 84th minute. The last kick of the game, Sibano has to equalize and then to pull or to take the game back to 3-3. They went into the penalty shootout. Oh boy, Sibano were not lucky, and then Balosar were lucky to win. They went into the triangulars, but this time there was no triangulars. It was a playoff straight. Win one game and be in the second division. Unfortunately, West Coast region did not make it. We played against the champions of Banjul, that is Young Africans. One time, a team that was playing in the second division, they got relegated, I think 2-3 seasons back. And then they came, they played against Balosar, our champion, the champion of West Coast and the champion of Banjul has to play. And then the game ended 1-1 in the regulation time. And then on the penalty shootout, Young Africans defeated West Coast region's champion, that is Balosar.
And that is it. Balosar, meanwhile, is the team from West Coast region that went with Young Africans, as you said. And basically, how many teams usually qualify to the second division?
Well, the number fluctuates. It
Okay.
is not something that is constant due to one or two reasons. Some years back, there were 4 teams or 3 teams that qualified directly, and there was a year when the increment of team was happening, and then many, I think 4, 5, 6 teams also qualified into the second division because it was from 12 teams to 16 teams, so they needed 4 extra, and then that year many teams came in and then passed. Some years back it was only 2, but now they needed 4 teams, 2 from the greater Banjul area and 2 from do I say the northern part of the Gambia, or let me say the provincial side. So I think 2 all make it 4 teams qualified into the second division, because even the team that got 14th position in the second division has to go for a playoff where they are going to be paired with teams from West Coast. So that is where we found ourselves. But now in the upcoming season, I think it's a very bad season for the CCRFA, that is West Coast. Both our male and female champion did not make it to the second division, meaning next year they're going to play third division again, which is very, very simple. When you go to the female side, Goblas of Penyam, they are the champions of the regional third division female league. They won the league, celebrated, they went into the playoffs because there was playoff this year. They met again, they played against the champion of KM, that is I think Jonkon Girls, something like that. They defeated our champions, and then they have to go back into the third division league proper again, meaning only a team relegated from the female third division, meaning only one female team will have to qualify into the female third division league. When you go to the male team also, it is very sorry, we are in a sorry state too, because we got 2 teams of 12, 2 groups of 12 teams. Each group, one has to relegate, and then one has relegated. Among the relegated team is the unfortunate Jamorai. After qualifying this year, they relegated this year also. And one sad part of it is, if you relegate this year, the following year you don't go for qualifiers. You have to stay out until the second year. So meaning Jamorai are at a sorry state, they have relegated. The other side also is Soccer Boys, which is a renowned team in the third division league. Recently they produced a national asset, that is Adama Sidibe, who Gambia just invited, and then he had his debut game and scored. He's playing for Livingstone in Scotland. So the boy is from Soccer Boys, and Soccer Boys this year they have relegated from the male third division league. So Jambanjeli also playing the second division has relegated into the third division. So the void that was left for 2 teams to qualify into third division male proper, now is going to be only 1, because Jambanjeli has replaced 1, meaning if you are relegated from the second division, you go back to your region and play third division there. Jambanjeli, unfortunately, they are relegated and they are coming back to West Coast, meaning West Coast we have only 1 spot. Both male and female, the qualifiers have only 1 spot, Big Sam.
So when you talk about 1 spot, how does that qualifiers work?
Well, it depends. The registration for the qualifiers is open if teams come and register. If we have 10 teams, those 10 teams will play the qualifiers. Only 1 will have to qualify and come into the third division proper.
Come into the
Third division proper. Yeah.
Including Jambanjeli, they are just relegated.
Yeah, Jambanjeli will not play playoff. Obviously, they are relegated from the second division. They have to play third division.
So they have to play straight.
That one is straight. They have to play.
Yeah.
But one important thing I left behind is in as much as we got stuck in one of the areas in qualifying. This is the 4th year West Coast did not send a representative into the 2nd division. It was a sorry business, but I think that is football. Maybe there will be a day that West Coast will have to smile one day or the other, because I remember Tujareng won the 3rd division proper. They went into the playoffs. They could not make it. That year Falcon qualified. There was a time Berewuleng also made it. They won the regional championship. They went to the triangular. They did not qualify. That was the year TMT qualified. They now TMT and Falcon are all playing in the first division.
In the first division, yeah.
Last year it was Busumbala Sanjonding, now called Dodge Lions, Busumbala Dodge Lions. They won the championship in the regional level. They went into the playoffs. They could not make it. They have to come back. Still they are playing 3rd division. This year also it was the turn for Balosar. Balosar came in. They defied all odds, but they could not make it in the playoffs. For them it was only a playoff. It was not even a triangular. So, but we are also doing better, because for the past 3 seasons, all the 3rd division teams, the 3rd division league proper teams, nobody is paying, or no team is paying any registration fee. They have to come and play. It's like they are registering for free and then playing, because the office have also waived that one for them so that they can play in the 3rd division proper.
Okay. Once again, just to remind our viewers that this is Atlantic Sport 360 Live. We myself Big Sam, the home of television. Well, let me draw you a little bit back. How was the 3rd division league format play in West Coast region? Do you play on one ground like Box Park, or do you play in all the communities? How does it go?
Well, we play in all communities, because we give chance to each community to see 3rd division football playing at your doorstep. Just like the West Coast Zonal, and then it's similar, it's a carbon copy. We play all the games within, all teams are entitled to choose their home ground where you're going to play your home games. For Brikama is an exception, because everybody uses Boxuba as their home ground. So all teams within Brikama, or the catchment villages in Brikama, that is Farato and maybe Busumba, no, not Busumba, but Farato, coming down was they play their home games at Brikama. So even Sibanor, we go and play as far as Sibanor, because Sibanor United plays their home games at Sibanor. So meaning we are playing at different grounds within the region.
Okay, well that's very important. And let me draw your attention back again to the final. The television final was a hot cake in the Gambia. I remember myself recording the advertisement for LRR, which is the Lower River Region 3rd Division Quali. That is their championship. That is their final, which was played at the Soma Mini Stadium.
Yeah.
Well, the same week there was the one in NBR, there was the other one, and we got, tell us the countdown to that final, and where was it played, and the mood, the atmosphere.
I think West Coast was among the first regions to play their 3rd division finals, and then other regions have to be forced to play their 3rd division finals too, because there was a deadline that was given. Any region that did not play your regional final, both male and female, your league will not be recognized, your champion will not be recognized, meaning your champion will not have gone to play the playoffs of the Gambia Football Federation into the 2nd division. So, but thank God, for West Coast it was unfortunate, because we wanted other zones not to play, other regions not to play, so that our champion can have an automatic spot, but that was not the situation. Every region has to comply with the male, but the female, some of the regions did not even bother to play the female final. But when you come to West Coast and KM, they played the female league, and then both male and female. But the countdown to our male 3rd division final, I think it was very euphoric, and then the countdown was very nice, because for the first time Sibanor, after qualifying, after 2 years of qualifying, because they came through the qualifiers I think 2-3 years back, they made it to the 3rd divisions. So after 2 years of existence, likewise Balosar, I think in the same year, Balosar came last year before last, 2 seasons back Sibanor United came, a season back Balosar came. So looking at these two teams, when they came, we can say 3 years later they have to play the regional final, and then it was very surprising, because it was Fonyi going to play against Combo East. And then one beautiful part of it, the Fonyi zonal team comprises of players of Sibanor United and players of Balosar, because the Balosar, I think even the head coach is among the technical part of Fonyi. They are goalkeeper and then the center back. I think some of the players from Balosar were all playing for Fonyi, and then a greater percent of the Fonyi, the Fonyi zonal players are all playing for Sibanor United. So you look at that connection there, the countdown was very nice. The people of Fonyi, especially Sibanor, did not disappoint the box bar. The people of Combo East, especially Faraba, they did not disappoint the people of Balosar. So they came poured in their numbers, and then they came to watch the game. I think it was it was an electrifying game, because looking at the game, Sibanor have to lead with the first 10 minutes. They scored a goal. With the 15 minutes, they scored another goal. It was 2-0. Everybody was saying the game is over. And then they came with a mantra. They came with a slogan which reads on their minibus. I think Sibanor bought a minibus, and then they wrote a slogan called Sijalong, Siling Wrong. I cannot speak Jola at that moment.
Exactly.
But the translation was, the Lions has arrived.
Okay.
Gainde Nyona, Jatol Natal.
Natal.
So that was the slogan. I think they were prepared for the second division. They were prepared because they used to play so many tests. While Rosar also was doing their things in a lower organization, because both teams have a very
that was at the Box Bar Mini
but the Box Bar Stadium. So when they met at the Box Bar Mini Stadium, 2-0 in the first half, everybody said it's over. It's over for Balosar. But oh boy, in the second half, Balosar made the changes that changed the dynamics of the game. One player by something Sanya, he came in the 47 minutes. When he came, he scored 2-1. Balosar have to equalize in the 60 something minutes. They have to equalize 2-2, 2-all. We played in the 84th minute. Balosar scored another goal, because they came from a 2-goal down. They have to lead Sibanor. That was a surprise to everybody in Box Bar, because many were tipping Fonyi, that is Sibanor United to win that game, that final. In the 84th minute, Balosar scored. They led Fonyi 3-2. In the last kick of the game, I think that is the 94th minute, because 95th minute, 5 minutes were added. The 95th game, Sibanor have to equalize, take the game to 3-all. There were push and pull whether the game will be replayed or whether the game will go for a penalty shootout. But at the end of the day, you know how we used to do it. But that day it was on a penalty shootout, and then Sibanor have to come and squander the first 2 spot kicks, and then Balosar have to capitalize and then start scoring all their first 4 penalties, and then they won the tie. They went into the playoffs well prepared, and then the office have beat their quarters, to make sure that they, Balosar. It is just unfortunate for West Coast, to be honest, and it is very frustrating to us, the executives. We will sit, discuss, especially my chairman. I think I'm just out of words on how he felt that day, when I don't even call, because I know how he was feeling, because going to the goal project, that is the late Usman Sawo pitch, witnessing your region losing for the 4th time or for the 3rd time in a row, not qualifying into the second division, I think is a big load on his head. But when God decides, nobody is there to say no, we are not going to accept. We have to accept it in good faith. We hope and pray that a day will come, West Coast will have to smile over other regions.
So what would you think the new season, what plans do you have for the new season?
Yeah, we just have to maintain the same thing, because I think last year there was greater moves that were done, and then so many discussions were made, especially when you talk about grounds of games, because we want to capitalize on certain grounds to play our game, so that our people can have, because I think that one also is lacking, because when we go for the triangulars or when we go for the playoffs, we play at standard fields, while most of the league games are played in normal grounds. So to us, I think that one also is playing another part in our failure of not making it to the second division. So we want to look into all these strategies, because now in West Coast we are blessed to have so many first and second division teams are buying lands, building parks or fields within West Coast. So we want to capitalize on these ones, play our regional league within these confines of fields that are standard, so that we can, so that we can prepare our people better. I think it is part. Personally, I think it's part of the challenges that we have, because our 90% of our games are played in local grounds. You only play in grounds, I think this year, or let me say last season, Memar FC, a newly team that bought a team from Lamen United. It was Lamen United from the second division. They came to the 3rd division. They have to sell the team to Memar. Memar is the team that is also using the goal project, the FIFA goal project, as their home ground. Berawang, Misira, and then East are all using Box Bar as their home ground. So I think these were the two teams that were using a standard field in the country to play their game. So if you remove those number of games from the whole lot of games, I think it has affected our people much. So we will also prepare and then think about ways of preparing our champions to be standard ground so that when they go for the triangle, very easy.
Community football, which is the third division. Let's turn and pendulum a little bit to Mandinka. Community football nga kuma jamale sarja bari ilafta mun key point later ndila both key point later ndila both the qualifying teams or teams that are coming for qualifiers and also teams when they are beje already, because already ngalone alfana jel as a committee al problem o dojele nimbe ni kala Sarjo as de munen yamarot o miralo allafta mun la fala ni timol kam menu bina ani menu nata already kadi ay tande atala fo season full hand sign ta division no ning latimo la ka kolala puredum bari comme ka be somo in man ke la fam mu yamar leftal o mun kuma la so de be men fole
mekku mum fura wala nyinde ko ngamira ndolla office o ndolla nyatan ko yakamba ngamira adimindale ikatara je sanji saba nani ila timo hani momambo ite bulu kata santo kata nyato momo ni dara aka murul nanne andi ndol fana na miral dala wote ay mirandi bakele andi ay mbulo lanko to bakele wasa me miral dake ka ngaje ko na miral wote ko ake ndol kan na likol play dame wala na third division likol jama bal bi jenki play banko le kan ngi play ni grano mi yanko ngi sate ko no filo lo mi yanko e manke standard filo di nga play wala do so ngaje ko woru jondo like ni nata banjul special place wala bi je KG5 long anila filo jama ba il third division game jama ba bi ka play jele so kaje won ka dali fil play la le ka dala bakele so ni wotara play off wala ni triangle la aka teretol bulle because kaje le jalda field to play la bahama play grass play
o carpet play
dala ka sonebul while golla mol na jeroto mo la nyindi control ka play banko kan nyame ka sia foni na semi final o dal nga play box ba semi final o final o and team danda bi wala ke la home game ila game ol ika play box ba killing mumbo ko bere wala neti fula nyango mu misiraldi anin sama nyango i soxna lati nane nyang fana keta memar mo timol mi an tim kudolo nyinan no inara wala sab serul ni inata ye timo sa lamen ne bulu inata nan ka kana ka kafu third division so ngaji ko funam ko le akol sa ngaji ko tim jama bal bi yemu be first ni second division ibe dulal sankan west coast kono ja ike timol ike la filo loja so laftale ni wole kamben so wala ni wala diamo so mi yalan ko bitanga na third division gemol play dulal to mi yanko be tombon nale no be karaka play ni dulal ta kala sa be play la dulal be do abele miral nyako ko comme gaji ko na championol ni futa play off wala ni futa triangle la e ka dunno second division so ngaje ko ni fana mu kol ya ko de mi yanko fana bi anin ku jaba fana bi mi ya maybe technical wise fana nyanda ka mbulo sembola fala ma fo mbuka ken ka kele ka technical advice wo dilen kana technician o mi yanko mo fula be officer o mi yanko o mu technician la de alaji ensa sambo ning Amadou Demba ñim mo fula mi yanko JFF ye inafi na West Coast officer ya do go be technical issue so ngaje anytime nga champion so ñim mo fula kata kafu ye ko jidol fana commande within West Coast eta ye kafu wo timo kan ike ma ko technical support e timo train e timo prepare pour kata qualifiers la so but anyway dal nzafo ko harjele man nanam fo bar ngana lumbe sila nadeta ale West Coast fana be jela because nyaaje ñin sangol be ko no banjul e do ara nyaawnya sa o san ila timo ko but West Coast sanji nan njango wala katar nan njango ñing man dum no second division nin dara play off ka dum second division wadi kel lamu yanko ni ko kana timo la fo automatic qualification like real to muro kede nyame wala sango min na tara mobe dungang wata qualifiers fendoti je inate dunda bor ngamunu continue njango tudere yakatale itata iman dum no ni triangle la o sangolong falcon nara nang yamira ila first game in nawe le play da banjul yo win one not second game hani draw tan fam ibo qualify la iman draw no falcon ye win 3 not box ba ko na jam inara falcon nara dum second division ko no sandolum fana ngaber wolem fana jol fana nara nang ifana dunda ikere championati na new West Coast tundo to itara triangle ifana man dum no sandola ngaje serun rek ngaje busumbala doj lion wotama ika foyle no busumbala sanjonding e dunda ifana tara nyim play off la andi tola play off fana itolo kata team saba wala kata triangle wo team sabo clean da malbe sila fula be dunna hadu West Coast man dum wo sala nyinam fana team fula wala ka ben ini mo la ka ben rek mo winda waydu hadu man dum no so ndolla dum o keta dungol mi yalon ko na dungol sa ngamul be remember wala nyindi ko ika dunnim fengol la
straight away
automatic ka dungo nyama rek dung
so sila baral be prendiro la pour
sa prendiro ko jari mun gana nan wo fana nyanda kan ka to dongo be kele ka jeko okay sande mfuta wato mi yanko say ngan mistake dal be jele wala nga karandal be jele wala fana nga wala ko le mu yalon ko ni nara nan mol fana be ferol fay la nyon kan ka jeko say na timo tim gagné de ka ke champion de jang mais mbulol la nga kafu nyon kan ko tek ngeta pour ya dundo ka second division.
Well, we don't have much time, but Sarjo, do you have any other information regarding the third division qualifiers, or maybe during the discussion I didn't ask you, or any valuable information regarding the?
Well, coming come for the wrong West Coast Mudal mi yalon ko akoleta diata muna akolen wala nyindi ko competition be jang real competition ngamira nimmola diamo ko non nimmola nena diam da ko nyoko football be West Coast le football mum be West Coast third division manta region doro ngay mo kala ko competition mum bi jang result sol kana a nyamale ibuka fen buka mabo table update fengo be kana nyama so mo kulde mi yalon ko aka West Coast fanan samba nyaado kan na kul fanan futandi la doro comme ngamum fanan fonu to ko la ko manto ko West Coast third division nyina na sanji saba nyamade tibol buka registration fee jo ika fenkili na malake kana ka registration ka tare fongal kunga ila player natalo ila player information ya bi data yana ya submit officer so minin nyin sanji sabo be ko timul ka player buka fenjo third division mi yalo ko mi region bi jam munko sifa kino fana kato dango ma amanke dango baram fana ben kato ke kan ko ka je ko at least nga fenja ba dina timo mun yalo ko fana bi ko ngana third division ko la bakela so West Coast third division andu jari fana mun kana ko third division qualifiers musol la karolo ke la karolo team kidne be qualifier dawoda musol la karolo nga team kidne relegated wala foni galsti wo relegated wala bodanam from second division to third division relegated ko teke den ke la karola jamoray relegated le aning soka boys fana relegated ko soka boys mi teamol mi ko wol mi da West Coast third division ko kolole ni ay science Gambia la national teamo ne nga player do commande no munna a play da ala game follow muntum adama sidibete anada golos ko abe play ka moda Wales le mun be Scotland amu modu mi abora nyin teamo la to nyin soka boys ibota jabanle so womu teamol mi ko team meri wala woti so nyimbe ko ko mi ko fananka
okay, let's close with the English version about force. I have two before we go. In English, that is the third division qualifier. Final word from on the third division qualifier. And when is the next session beginning?
Yeah, the calendar is not yet out. I think we are working on other modalities because we are just from this order, the 2023-2024 season. We just concluded it, so we want to plan, and then there is a calendar being developed. So I believe within the next weeks coming, the calendar will be out as per say when is the qualifiers coming to take place for the third division qualifiers.
So finally, do you have any message for that?
Well, I think for now that is all. Unless if I have questions.
Okay, before we go, the most talk about West Coast Region Zonal Championship. Now it's starting. Maybe the FF might not come home. Would there be, as also you are the head of the competition in that department, I am the media head though, are we seeing the fourth edition coming up?
Absolutely. The fourth edition is on the way. I think the president has already ordered the secretary to prepare an activity report us for the last season, and then even the media also will be tasked to do 1 or 2 evaluation about the past seasons. We want to start with the Super Cup that is going to be between, I know everybody knows it's going to be the repeat of the final again. Exactly. That is going to be Foni. We'll have to play Gunjur again. So we are going to prepare, but we want to give all zones within West Coast a time, at least let them start there and Nawetan, let the ambience come into people of Nawetan, then let the West Coast zone come, because I know the national zone this year it will play. As
the head of the media department, my engineer Rocky B, this time we want to be official partner of the West Coast Region Zonal, that is Atlantic TV, the home of TV. Well, Ganso, thank you so much for being part of it. You will be always coming here, and we definitely want to be part of the West Coast Zonal champion, official partners for that matter. That is Atlantic Sport 360 Live, which I hold myself. Well, thank you so much once again, Ganso, for coming. And once again, our viewers, thank you so much for being there. We'll be back again next week, of course, next Sunday from the hour 8 to 9 o'clock, the same place, the same edition. Once again, sponsors are invited. On that note, from me, Big Sam International 360 Sports on Atlantic TV saying, keep on sporting. We'll be right back.
Atlantic Media Company. Follow us on Facebook at Atlantic TV The Gambia, on YouTube at Atlantic TV Gambia, On TikTok, atlantic.tv.gambia. Follow our music platform on Facebook at Atlantic TV Music Platform Entertainment. Share your opinion with us and send it through email atlanticstudio1@gmail.com. This is Atlantic Media Company.